Y'all are lucky you're getting a double upload this week, because this is crazy and I need to talk about it. Hey guys, it's Cloudy. Welcome back. I need to talk about the book fest that happened a week or so ago. This is probably old news by the time I upload this video, but I saw so much about this and I need to yap about it, so here we are. Disclaimer, I am sick, so if I sound awful, just bear with me. So, as of me recording this about a week ago, there was this event called A Million Lives Book Festival. It was advertised as being a romantic fantasy ball. Now, when I say romantic fantasy ball, what pops into your head? Surely not this, right? Not in a million years. Yeah, this is the ball. Listen, we're gonna get into the other issues this event had, but even just this alone is like egregious in my opinion. This event, by the way, costs anywhere from $50 to $250. That's not cheap, and most of the authors and attendees also had very expensive costumes and clothing that they wore to this event. When the cost is that much and you're advertising it the way that you are, there is a certain level of expectation, and this just did not meet that. A lot of people talked about this and had criticism about it, and I agree. If you are saying that something is a ball or a festival, that invokes a certain idea or expectation in someone, and they automatically raise their standards. And this event was not up to standard in any capacity. There were 100 authors and 600 or so guests that were supposed to come to this event, and the fee was anywhere from $50 to $250. Assuming that you made all that money, that is at least $100,000. I get that events are expensive, but you couldn't have done something? No effort into the decor or the actual ambiance of the event at all? By the way, you may have seen videos of the event where the music was a speaker on a chair. Yeah, turns out, apparently, that speaker wasn't even initially there. A security guard felt so bad about the event that they drove home and got their speaker and then played music on it from their phone. How sad does your event have to be for the staff at this venue to feel so bad that they go home to get a speaker, whose name is DJ Steve, by the way? And this is staff, by the way, at the Baltimore Conference Center. So they host a lot of events and are the venue for many, many things. So the staff have seen, like, everything. And even they felt that bad. Literally, go to any party supply store, get any supplies you can, and just decorate. Even buying like a disco ball and a light to shine on it would have been better. You could have, I don't know, dimmed the lights, bought some fairy lights, you know, those waterfall ones, some of those nice vines, and some fake flowers, and literally maybe a neon sign. Played some orchestra or classical music, and at least decorated one wall so that people could at least have something to look at. I'm not an event planner by any means, but even I can objectively look at an event that you have advertised as a ball and know what the expectation is and what should go into that event and the decor. There were apparently no guest speakers. There was no engagement at all. According to this NBC article, attendees said that the venue looked, quote, more like a concrete warehouse than a ballroom, end quote. And yeah, I agree. It looks like you're shopping at a Costco. So the organizer is now saying, I will issue refunds to anyone that asks, and I know that the ball was not up to standards. What was the standard? Because this is just embarrassing. There were no tables or chairs. There's videos of people sitting on the floor of the center, and for a lot of people, the refund isn't even enough because they spent thousands of dollars on flights and shipping. The authors that are participating in this event, by the way, primarily make a large chunk of money from attending these events and festivals. And this was detrimental to their business and their lives. Many people attended these events after learning that these authors would be in attendance. Callista Neath, Sarah Zane, and Percy J, all prominent and popular authors on TikTok, said they were attending, and many authors decided to attend after this, and people then bought tickets expecting this event to be amazing, but it was far from the truth. Again, there was literally nothing in this event. Apparently also, the authors were promised hotel rooms, but then when they showed up to the hotels, they weren't given them, and the organizer claimed that someone had stolen her identity.
So I was contracted to be there, like I said, and one of the things that was specified in my contract was that the event organizers would be providing lodgings for me, and that we would be given the confirmation numbers for them 60 days ahead of time, that sort of thing. Okay, so not only were the plans changed last minute, which I'm sure if you've been following this event or any videos on this event, you've seen people say that our hotel was changed last minute, because it was literally like a couple hours before we were supposed to check in. So not only was that a breach of contract in that specific instance, but also they were supposed to cover my lodgings. And the first night that I stayed at the hotel, checked in, everything was mostly fine. The next day, my room key broke, and I go down to the front desk, and the guy at the front desk says, "Hey, I just need you to know that the event pulled their card. So this is on you now." So that left me stranded. So I go ahead and I put my card on file. Huge mistake, because I was staying with somebody. We were sharing one room. 2 people sharing one room, and the person I was staying with got charged $120, and I got charged $539.
After the event also, the organizers started to badmouth the venue, the Baltimore Conference Center, and also authors that had attended and spoken out. One author spoke about how she needed ADA accommodations and if the fee for that could be waived. And apparently, the organizer became very defensive about that. "Oh, you need disability accommodations? Well, I need this money to pay for the event." Paraphrasing, but that's how the organizer reacted, allegedly.
My main thing is, so I'm disabled. As many people who follow me online know, I'm physically disabled. I have severe chronic pain, and I can present like I'm not in pain and carry myself physically walking around to a degree without a mobility aid like I'm not in pain, but it's all fake. I was having an immense pain flare up this past weekend at the event due to not getting a lot of sleep and the commute to the festival and the concrete floors. But all that being said, when I work events that have a PA fee, I ask if they can either waive the fee or offer me a discount, because part of under ADA, the disability accommodation I need is having someone with me to help me get there and be there, like in case I like fall down and faint or collapse or have spasms and need help, that then other people, like I'm not going to expect a random author to know what to do to help me if my spine gives out. And every other event I've ever worked that had a PA fee either waived it or gave me a discount, because they were like, "We completely understand you're disabled, that's what matters." I mean, I have had events that are still not ADA accessible like they should be, because it's the law and the decent thing to do even if it weren't the law. But regardless, when I said this to her, because she invited me personally, I'd never heard of it. She reached out to me around Christmas, asked if I'd be in it. I said sure. I'm Maryland based, so it wasn't that far to get there. I mean, I still had to like stay overnight and everything, but it wasn't that far. But she was very combative about the PA fee being discounted or waived, claimed that she needed to fund the ball. So now that I know that's where the PA fee supposedly went, ridiculous. And then I was just also being like, well, I want to make sure it's just an ADA accessible event, which then it wasn't. There were rooms for panels that didn't have chairs. There wasn't water. There wasn't just easy, clear directions where to get places mobility wise. It was a mess. And then I learned from other authors today, waking up the day after the festival in a chronic pain flare from working it, which I did expect to happen. I learned that she complained about me to other authors and said that and attendees and people, that I was terrible and demanding, and she wished she hadn't invited me because I wanted to make sure we were ADA accessible.
Keep in mind, around 500 to 600 tickets were sold, in addition to the 100 or so authors that were meant to come. So this event made at least tens of thousands, if not $100,000+. Tell me again how you fumbled this event so hard. I need you all to understand, if you can't organize or handle the pressure that comes with event planning, do not go into it. This is like the Wool and Folk Festival that happened a few years ago, where it's clear that there was just a huge mismanagement of funds and a really lazy and lackadaisical approach to the event. Clearly, there was no effort or time spent on organizing this event and trying to make it an enjoyable experience. It was just clearly a very badly done cash grab, in my opinion. And my thing is, right, to go on a tangent, we are living in a time of financial uncertainty, and people that are spending money on these events are doing so only at this event, or this is a break that they need from their 9-to-5 job. And they're hoping for an escape and to support authors that give them an escape as well. And this is just a travesty for them. $50 might not seem like a lot, but for some people that is the only money that they have left, and they might decide to spend it here because they need a break. Even if the event was only a couple of dollars for attendance, you still have a responsibility as an organizer to make sure the event is up to par and that you are at least delivering what you promised when you were advertising. You advertised a fantasy romance ball. Again, the image that is invoked when you say that is not this. That's all I'm gonna say. There is so many of these events that are just flops, and sometimes you need to just cut your losses and just accept that maybe this field and this career path is not for you. Do something else. It's okay. Let's just not. Let's stop and just calm down. Not everyone needs to go into event planning. You can just choose not to do that. Anyway, again, I'm still really sick, as you can probably hear, but I needed to talk about this, even though this video is probably super late on the trend. I wanted and needed to yap, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. Did you attend this event, and if so, what was your experience? Give me your opinions on this very sad beige-esque event, almost. As always, all my links to my memberships, Ko-Fi, Insta, and TikTok are in the description box below. Remember to like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!